Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today I want to explain about text structure. Before that, I will introduce myself first. My name is Aprilia from 3G. So let's start it. Definition: text structure. Text structure refers to how information is organized in a passage. The structure of a text can change many times in a word, and even within a paragraph. Students are often asked to identify text structure or patterns of organization on state reading tests. Also, understanding text structure can help students make and interpret arguments. For this reason, it is important that students are exposed to the various patterns of organization. Text structure have many types. I will explain 6 types of text structure. 1. Chronological. When information in a passage is organized by the time in which each event occurs, it is organized chronologically. Non-fiction passages that are organized chronologically often contains dates. Fiction passages or narratives are more subtle and are organized chronologically but usually have no dates. A narrative or story is a journey through time, and all of the events are arranged in order of time. Therefore, every story has a beginning, middle, and end. Even if an author uses flashbacks, flash forwards, or otherwise manipulates the time in his or her text, the events still occur along a timeline. Stories require the passage of the time. Therefore, all stories are organized chronologically. Sometimes, time will stop in a narrative. Certain passages in a story may focus on describing scenery or space and use a descriptive or spatial method of organization. The conflict of a story may be discussed in terms of problem and solution or cause and effect. But the text in a story is still mainly organized chronologically. For example, this morning was crazy. My alarm clock was set from 4 p.m. instead of a.m. So I woke up really late. I just threw on some clothes and ran out the door. I rode my bike as fast as I could and thought that I was going to be late for sure. But when I got there, everyone was outside and there were fire trucks all lined up in front of school. I guess somebody pulled the fire alarm before class started. It worked out though, because nobody really noticed or minded that I was 30. 2. Cause and effects. Cause and effects is a common way to organize information in a text paragraph structure, as cause and effect explain reasons why something happened or the effect of something. This paragraph can be ordered as cause and effect or as effect and then cause. The cause and effect text structure is generally used in expository and persuasive writing modes. The signal word is because, as a result, cause, effected, since, due to, and effect. For example, students are not allowed to chew gum in my class. While some students think that I am just being mean, there are many good reasons for this rule. First, some irresponsible students make messes with their gum. They may leave it on the bottoms of desks, drop it on the floor, or put in other people's property. Another reason why I don't allow students to chew gum is because it is a distraction. When they are allowed to chew gum, students are more worried about having it, popping it, chewing it, and snapping it than they are in listening, writing, reading, and learning. This is why I don't allow students to chew gum in my class. 3. Problem and solution. Problem and solution is a pattern of organization where information in a passage is expressed as a dilemma or concerning issue or a problem and something that can be or should be done to remedy this issue, solution or attempted solution. The problem and solution text structure may seem like it would be easy to recognize, but it can be moderately difficult to identify because it is frequently confused with the cause and effect pattern of organization, as they both have relational structure. However, if you read the passage and look specifically for both a problem and solution to the problem, you should find it pretty easy to distinguish from cause and effect. As cause and effect passage do not propose solution to any negative occurrence within the passage, but rather just explain why or how they happen. Signal word: propose, solution, answer, issue, problem, problematic, remedy, prevention, and fix. For example, it seems like there has been a surge in teen pregnancies these days. Teen pregnancies make it very difficult for young mothers to pursue their dreams and meet the demands of an infant. Fortunately, most teen pregnancies can be easily prevented by using birth control. However, even birth control is not 100% effective. The most effective way to prevent teen pregnancies is abstinence, which is 100% effective. For sequential order or process writing, as it is sometimes called, is when information in a passage is organized by the order in which it occurs. This method of organizing text is generally used for instruction or direction, but it can also be used to explain process in nature or society, such as how a president is elected. Signal words: first, next, before, lastly, and then. For example, how to make cookies. First, get your materials, then make your dough. Lastly, cook your dough at 400 degrees for 10 minutes. Compare and contrast. Compare and contrast is text structure or pattern organization where the similarities and differences of two or more things are explored. It is important to remember that with the compare and contrast text structure, the text should be discussing similarities and differences. If the text only discusses similarities, it is only comparing. Likewise, if it only discusses ways that the things are different, it is only in contrasting. The text must do both to the consider, compare, and contrast. For example, apple and orange are both fruits, which means that they have seeds inside of them. Each has a skin, but orange skins are thick and easy to peel. Apple skins are thinner and do not peel easily. oranges also contain more acid than apples, but both fruits are delicious. Spatial or descriptive. Spatial organization is when information in a passage is organized in order of space or location. If you were to describe to the room in which you were sitting right now, you would be using spatial organization. Spatial organization may also be called descriptive writing, and it is most frequently used when the narrator describing how something looks. Spatial organization is generally pretty easy to identify, but be aware that spatial organization is used in both fiction and non-fiction texts. Most fictional passages are organized chronologically, but in paragraphs where the narrator is describing a setting or the appearance of a character, the information may be organized spatially. Signal words: next to, behind, across from, below that, above that, to the right, so forth. For example, volcanoes are a fierce and destructive force. For good reason. A volcano is like a pressure valve for the inner earth, but they can also be very beautiful. One part of the volcano that people rarely see is the magma chamber. The magma chamber is way beneath the earth bedrock. It is tremendously hot. Running from the magma chamber to the crater of the volcano, it is the conduit. The conduit connects the magma chamber to the outer world. At the top of the volcano is the crater. This is where the magma exists. Volcanoes are a beautiful yet dangerous natural phenomenon. So, I think this is enough. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.